Oh, that's good. Oh, the cup. Oh, this was my grandmother's. This whole thing. My grandmama passed in 2012. This was one of the things my mom's passed down to me. It's so funny how divinity works. Mm. Oh, that's some good sea moss. Oh yeah. Put that down. Hello. How y'all doing today? It is a beautiful, blessed day, guys. How y'all, man? I won't hold you long, but there was a topic that's been placed on my consciousness that I feel like I should let filter through my heart space. And I want to talk about the imposter syndrome. A lot of people don't know, well, they know what the imposter syndrome is, but the actual definition of imposter syndrome is receiving accolades or achievements and feeling as if you don't deserve them. When God places you in a room, but you don't feel worthy enough of being in the room because others see the divinity on your life, it can be overwhelming. You can feel unworthy. So I guess today is more so how we go from the imposter syndrome to feeling worthy, because continuing to vibrate in your lower chakras, which is fear based, the imposter syndrome is fear based. It is something that will hold you back or continue to hold you back if you allow it to. The imposter syndrome attracts exactly what you are, just like you do. We all do. It's a part. It's a part of you that needs to be illuminated and worked through and healed. Because if God has already given you access to it, He solidifies you. He is the source that allowed you to be in the room. But if you continue to operate in negativity or your lower or your ego or your fear based trauma, you'll continue to attract circumstances and situations that align with that wavelength, fear based. And you'll attract it situationally, you'll attract it relationally, because a lot of people, especially, oof, man, especially relationally, um, because you're unworthy, you will attract what will seem like a match made in heaven. We are aligned, we're good. But in truth, He will give you a match made in heaven. But we learn in the book of Job, Job, we learn in the book of Job that God will also allow Satan to do his dirty bidding as well. And he will also send you a match made in hell. And then you get, remnants of, you know, anxiety, depression. You'll have everything you seem like you ever wanted, but you don't have your happiness, you don't have your peace. And because of that first portion of yourself that you didn't heal, a portion of unworthiness, who knows where that might have been stemmed from. Maybe it might have been, childhood. Maybe it may have been, people who you work with. I've dealt with that. I had to go through that when I was in school. Hell, I had to go through that as a POC, a person of color. There's always a crown that we try to put on, that doesn't deserve to go there. It's a crown of fear or a crown of shame. We'll try to cover up the bullshit in glitz and glamour, and it's illuminated still. People can see right through it. So I think the way that we go from not operating in divinity, we move forward from the imposter syndrome, we move forward from the hurt, we move forward from the trauma, is we allow God to actually talk to us, because he's already validated you. He's already said that I've made you, you are beautifully and wonderfully made in my image. Well, that's another thing to unpack too. But we are beautifully made in God's image. God. I love that. Godly ordained direction, or good ordained direction. God. I love that acronym. Shouts out to Nicole Peretti for that, man. So I think one of the things that we can work through or work towards and finding things that illuminate our worthiness is not asking for it from other people. You know, don't ask other people to make you, to other people to validate you, for other people to make you feel worthy, for other people. Don't let other people fill your cup. Because that is a well that will dry up. You do something that they don't like, they don't want, they don't agree with, baby, they'll take all the life source out of you. It'll be gone. They were like, you no longer stimulate me. You no longer fulfill a need that I need. And then where do you go for your worthiness? Do you break the cycle? Do you break the pattern? Do you do that and say, you know what? I don't want to be in this circumstance again. Do you want to continue to go like the Israelites around the mountain when he was trying to lead them to the promised land? When Moses led them out of Egypt, it's a whole thing. That was Exodus. Y'all should really go check out Exodus. It's in the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Y'all should definitely check out that. But because the Israelites could not see from their own vantage point, their own vanity, their own self-loathing, their own greediness, their own shit, they kept going around the mountain over and over and over and over, and damn, didn't I see that tree again, and over. Damn, didn't I thought I learned this lesson, and over. It's a cycle that will continue to repeat. I think they spent 40 years going around the same damn mountain for a trip that should have took less than a week or two, but it took them 40 years because they were like, they couldn't tap in. That's all. So to avoid doing that and moving to a place of submission, a place of surrender, not to self or to others, but to divinity, to the Most High, that's where he'll allow you to see that you've always been qualified. He's always qualified you. You are always worthy. You were always his child. His hand was always on your life. But we continue to get, we tune into everything else but God. We tune into everything. And the whole time he's like, psst, yo, psst. Because some people God speaks to like, ah! Some people God just say, psst. That's all. Sometimes he says, psst. Are you listening? You gonna listen? No, not yet. All right. I love you still. Psst. You ready now? No? I love you still. Oh, they'll get that lesson eventually. More heartache, more pain, more trauma. You hear me now? Psst. I can't let go. You can. I'm here with you. I've never left you. God is always with you, baby. He never leaves you in any turmoil, any tribulation, any shit. To put it in plain terms, God is always speaking. He's always right there in your face, like, I love you. I love you, baby. I love you. You my own right there. I love that baby. She gonna get the lesson. I believe in her. Go on, Satan. Go on, mess with her a little bit. Send her a Leo. Send her the line of Judah. Well, like a real line of Judah, like one that's divine. A line of Judah. No shade to the Leos. I know good Leos. Or send her a cup bearer, a water bearer. Send her a water bearer. Go on, send her that. She'll get the lesson. And I'm like, oh, I know about them water barrels. That's me speaking of my own trauma. I've been with them water barrels, baby. That ain't, beautiful people. But no, that ain't it. But what I'm getting at is God is always speaking. He is always ever present. He is always rooting you on. But God also is no nonsense. If you don't believe God is no nonsense, God is just a God of love, peace, and joy and harmony, He is. But God got some thug in him too when we ain't listening. When his babies is disobedient and they ain't listening to him, y'all need to go check out the OG in the Old Testament. Because I read the Old Testament. I was like, Lord Jesus, God seemed kind of angry. He's not angry at all. But He will get your attention in more ways than one, baby. Because He's always like, psst, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Psst, you don't need an outside validation. I validate you. I created you. I know every hair on your head. I know the exact count. When I put that thumbprint on you, on your fingers, and especially on that thumbprint, when I put my thumbprint on you, baby, you had divine divinity. I already knew what I wanted you to do with your life before you knew, baby. As many people don't know this or may know this, men, they always reproduce more sperm, more, that's their life force, but they will continuously make more of it. That's why it's hard for men to be monogamous. I'm not saying it's impossible, but they be needing to get that up off of them, y'all. It's a continuous life cycle that formulates in their balls. It's a continuous thing. They create new nut. Women, we don't do that, baby. No. When women are born, they are born with all of the eggs that they will ever have for their lifespan. Let me. So when your grandmama was in her mama, you were already in her baby. Maybe I didn't put that right. So when your mama had you in her belly, you had your daughter or your son already in your belly, in her belly, inside of her. So we were always passed down. So when women are born, you get the eggs you have or the eggs you have. That's why I think it's extremely high for people to get egg donors opposed to sperm donors. We're like, man, we gonna always have penis. We don't have penis. We don't have sperm. But these eggs, these women ain't reproducing these eggs, baby. What they have, baby. What we have is women. We have. So He knew inside of your mom's. He already knew. He was like, that baby there, yep, that one. That's my baby. She gonna be the one to break the cycle. If she breaks her trauma, if she breaks the cycle, if she sees that mountain and say, I know about this. I seen this before. I ain't gonna go back. I ain't gonna go around this damn mountain. That's where we break generational cycles. That's where we create new patterns, man. That's when we allow our generational trauma, our lineage to thrive. That's when it comes into fruition. When we see that mountain, we like, oh, hell no. Because my babies that's already inside, they ain't finna, this here. Nah, we ain't finna do that, baby. We ain't finna do that. So, what I'm saying, fuck the imposter syndrome. God put a call on your life. God knows who you are God knew who you were before you even had consciousness, baby. He already laid it out. He already had a divine plan for your life. Are you going to allow Him to illuminate to you, Him only, the source, or her, however you want to do it? I know everybody like, God is a woman. I'm still on that journey. I still got to find it out. Because I was a lot more afraid when my daddy said something and I didn't listen to it than my mama. I got scared with my mama, but when my daddy was disappointed or mad at me, it just hit different. You know what I'm saying? It just hit different. Maybe that's because I'm a divine feminine woman. Maybe it's different for men. Maybe it's when they moms, when they, maybe it's that. When I disappoint my upset moms, bro. Me, I hate it when I messed up with my moms. But man, when my daddy be looking at me and his eyebrows do this, I be like, daddy. That's why I say God is possibly a man. Because it's a level of internal shame and damnation you feel when you upset your father. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Maybe I'm saying what I'm saying. I ain't talking fast, you just listening slow, you know what I mean? I love that. But I'm saying God has already deemed you worthy. So feelings of inadequacy, feelings of manipulation, feelings of fear, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of depression, all of that, God already says, nah, that's the work of my, of my snake. My snake, Lucifer. Oh, my bad, Satan, because Lucifer was a light of angel of light. And that's when God changed his name when he fallen angel Satan. He renamed him like he renamed, multiple characters in the Bible. I'm saying, God has already deemed you worthy. You gonna believe him? Or you gonna keep getting outside sources, outside validation from other people? I feel better. Yeah, we are cool to commune with one another, and it's cool to take advice from other people. But it's also, what he say? What do you say? If he already said you the shit, be the shit. You his. Nobody's else. You might be a wife, you might be a husband, you might be a mother, you might be a father. But before all that, you are his. The Almighty. Allah, God. You belong to him, baby. So, believe you're worthy. Love y'all. Blessings. Peace. Bye.